Wake up in the morning, I don't got no worries, cause it's a beautiful day. So many wonder how long we will be here. Tell them that we're here to stay. Hey yo, let's get it. Boss Talk straight from the city with true heart. We got champs in the making and champs that are root them on. Got that all sport, optimal prime, ready to dominate. The hottest conversations uncensored, this the time and place. Boss Talks, keep it uncensored, it's all hard. You could be from all walks, come tune in to Boss Talks. Got that all sport, optimal prime, ready to dominate. Hottest conversations uncensored, this the time and place. Boss Talks.
All right, here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Boss Talk Uncensored. I'm your host, Tino Amaya, with my good friend, my co-host, my partner in crime, white chocolate himself.
Hey.
Jeff. Wait, how do they do it at the Palace? Jeff.
I come out fire, everything around me, huh? That's usually what it's like when I step on the basketball court.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, Jeff Copi, Monroe Nutrition, Triple D Liquidation. Good stuff at a great price. And I'm with my friend, my mentor, my guy, Tino Amaya.
Tino Amaya State Farm Insurance Agency. We've been protecting people for over 100 years to realize their dreams, of course. And then, of course, Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill right here downtown Monroe, where we make everything fresh daily. And then Amaya Group, Inc., Hospitality Consulting. If you are in need of a menu redesign, some menu engineering, maybe just a simple, touch-up, let us know. Give us a call. And so, you know what? Before we get started, I want to do a couple shout-outs really quick.
Okay.
Because I've had a really good week.
Okay.
All right? First off, I got to shout out, believe it or not, Front Street Diner.
Yeah.
You know what, man, that place has just been killing it. Bobby, his whole family over there, they've been doing a great job. I just had a great breakfast over there. Had a chance to chop it up with Bobby for a little bit. Man, great time, great stuff. We've got a lot of great diners here in Monroe. My personal favorites, our diner, Front Street. You know what? One that's grown on me, Monroe Grill.
Monroe Grill?
It's been growing on
I
me.
was going to say, I really like... I like Public House, too. Their crunchy French toast with the Public House breakfast.
Stop it.
I'm getting hungry.
Stop it. And then, of course, I want to shout out our friends right next door to us, BTT, 8 Mile Vodka,
Yes.
Mikey Shoe. They're not sponsors yet. Mikey, where's them dollars? Anyway, or at least a bottle of 8 Mile. Jeez, Opie, let's go. No, but BTT, they kind of, planted the seed for a lot of guys, I think, in this city to really get into the podcast game. They've been doing a great job. If you haven't heard Beyond the Tracks podcast, check them out. Streaming on all of your main platform, streaming platform services. And then, of course, Mikey, 8 Mile, dude sponsors everything. Just a great guy. Absolutely. And then, of course, Brain Jerk Entertainment, giving us the opportunity to sit here today and, utilize their space and their equipment and things like that. And then, of course, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh Moore.
He's that guy.
Dude.
He can do it all.
Production, engineering,
Yep.
Video, audio, the brains behind the jerk.
Yep.
Right?
And the jerk in front
And
of
the
the
jerk.
brains.
It depends on the day, right? No,
Right.
where's Josh? Josh is going to come and stab us any second now. Just kidding. Okay, so today, man, we got a great show.
We do.
Listen, we've had some great shows up to this point. I'm really excited about this one. So oftentimes I have people ask me about our social media at Amaya's and, kind of like, we have a huge presence. And a lot of times, we get told like our presence is very unique, very active. We post things and people just jump on and commentary is off the chain. So I'm here today with my social media mentor, Mike Millenbach, Toledo's Best Marketing. And Mike does a lot of stuff. We're going to let Mike explain everything that he does. But most importantly, Mike is the guy, oftentimes when I talk to people, they're like, well, I always hear about these social media things that you can do, but that's what, like these large companies are doing. That's what all these, Fortune 500s are doing, but I'm just a one-man shop. Mike's that guy. Mike's the guy that can show you how to be a one-man shop, but treat your business like you're a Fortune 500 and set things in motion and kind of move things in the right direction. So without further ado, let me introduce my good friend, Mike Millenbach. Mike, how's it going?
Dun, 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 dun.
Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
Of course, man. So why don't you do this, since people here aren't going to know who you are. Tell us a little bit about you, what you do, where you're from, that sort of thing.
Born and raised in Detroit. Moved down to Toledo in about 2001.
Okay.
Real quick, what do you like better, Detroit or Toledo?
Toledo.
Okay. All right.
Love Detroit. Don't get me wrong, but big small town.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
If you're active and you're out and about, you know, through things like that, business wise, I can walk into any business and if I don't know them, I know somebody that knows.
Right.
Them.
Nice.
You know, we have some kind of connection.
Yeah.
You know, not quite the same up here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But it's a big small town, and
That's
it's
awesome.
nice to get to one side of the town to the other in about 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
So that's,
You know, and I can say that too, you know, because we got our start in Toledo. Well, in Maumee, as you know, we got our start in Maumee. Yeah. And, you know, I can say that for fact, man. You know, that whole area, it really is a big, small town in the sense that you're right. If you know somebody and you just mentioned even the side of town, if you just say, like, well, I'm a North Ender, like, oh, well, do you know blah, 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 and you're like, oh, yeah, I know this person or that. You're connected.
Yeah.
You know, and like sometimes when you move out of that kind of a bubble and you move into other areas, it's not enough to just know somebody. Like you have to like really work to make some connections. You know,
Right.
Which can be difficult sometimes.
So I was involved in a barter company and got to know different businesses and in through that. And my wife and I...
Are we allowed to say what barter company? Because I'm still a member of the barter. Are we allowed to
yeah.
say? Oh, okay.
Metro Trading.
Yeah, Metro Trade. Yeah.
So, it was great to be directly connected and helping business owners.
Yeah.
You know, just with barter and trade back and forth. And it was businesses not having a huge marketing budget.
Right.
And things like that and what you can do. And as Facebook grew and my wife and I kind of took a look at it, just taking classes, and I would be happy to sit and listen to anybody that was willing to put their 2 cents out there. And with Facebook, especially the way it is now, it's like a necessary evil. And you look at a business and you have a choice of, do you want to pay Facebook or not?
Yeah.
Those are your 2 choices. If you want to pay Facebook, you don't really need too much help, but know the fact that you're going to always have to pay Facebook.
Yeah.
Have a budget set aside every month. You're going to have to pay them, because once you start down that route, you have to keep paying them, or they will kill your page. And it's like, and that's a long conversation. And I did a 1.5 year study in regards to ones that did and didn't, and back and forth. But what we really specialize in is for a small business that doesn't want to pay Facebook.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's more the organic, what can I do to have it really work? And it's easy, and you made it so easy. And granted, we have about 30 clients right now that we do. And some we do just consulting, some we do answer questions, and we do the content, we do everything. So from one extreme to the other. But depends on the type of business you have.
Yeah.
You have a restaurant, you should never have to pay Facebook.
Okay.
You know, not at all. And you let the food in it, and I bounce around a bit, but eventually we cover stuff, Jeff.
We're the same way, so you're good.
Yeah, okay,
you're good.
cool. I kind of figured with the logos and with the brain jerk and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I feel at home, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you take a look, it's like, what is your business? It's like, well, I do this little niche thing. It's like, how interested is the general public?
Right.
And it's like, well, then you have to get creative in how you're going to get people to your page and engage them. If I go to a Facebook page and I look and it's, hey, we have this sale. Hey, we have this sale. Hey, look at this. Buy this. Hey, buy this. It's like, hand me a flyer.
Right.
It's like, save me the effort, save me the time. It's like, if I go to a page, and you think about Facebook and how long you've been on Facebook, and just about everybody is, you know, active one way or another.
Right.
It's like, how many pages have you liked? Now, how many pages show up in your feed?
Right. Like, I feel like
I liked something 3 years ago, and I haven't seen them, and I can't tell you when.
it's a small amount. Yeah.
It's what you've done recently.
Yeah.
So it's taking that knowledge and, okay, I have to stay current. I have to get people to like a comment. I have people make a comment. I have to get them to share something well, what do people share? What do people, it's not, hey, there's a sale on tires, here, do this, and I'm going to put it out there. But if it's something, insurance, I was just talking to somebody, it's like a Model T off the side of the road with a typewriter in the front. Mm-hmm. Somebody put a typewriter in the front. It's like, texting or typewriting while driving. Not a good idea at any time, or something along that line.
Yeah.
And it was like, but it was funny enough that people would share it.
Right.
And it's like, because you're not going to get a ton of people that are going, car insurance. Sorry, Tino.
That's all right. That's all right.
Car insurance. I'm excited about it.
Let's go.
Let's find out. There's a seminar. Come on, everybody.
Yeah.
But it's, hey, we're having new margaritas. I'm in.
Right. Right. But and you know what? To that point, we did a poster or we did some photos and a couple videos of like different margarita flights and things that we were getting ready to roll out. And I mean, man, the likes, the shares, the comments, like, well, what margarita, what 3 or 4 margaritas are these? And, so now we're commenting back and forth with people and very active, very engaged. And I think that's probably the hardest part for most, I know, smaller business owners to try and figure out. And I've talked to a handful of them, like, okay, but how many times should I be posting? And what content should I be putting out there? And what, like Jeff, right? Jeff has the health food store. Mm-hmm. So like for Jeff, I mean, I know for a while there, he was doing some great, funny little snippet. What are the videos? Yeah, the TikToks and attach them to his Facebook. And that was kind of fun. But I mean, you haven't done those in a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, well, probably because, Jeff tries to play basketball. And I'm sure he's been filmed, and he doesn't want those videos getting out.
I'm just saying, I did get a call from the Hornets.
I'm sure it was the Hornets.
From the Hornets. They need some help over there.
They need some help.
MJ's just not doing his team right.
He's just not doing it right, man. He's not leading them in the right direction as the owner, right?
Well, it's, and kind of along that fact, it's looking at your business. And any page should have a little bit of information, a little bit of sales stuff.
Yeah.
This is the new shake we have. This is the new whatever it happens to be. But then when you get into it, it's like, what do people share? Things that make them laugh, information, and what you do, it's just like you're doing with the podcast. You mentioned to me that you have a whole bunch in the hopper.
Yeah.
And you haven't released a lot yet. It's like, so you have all this knowledge, all this photos, information, articles, whatever it is that is related to your business.
Yeah.
Have that as a back before you start.
Yeah.
Once you start, it's like, okay, you can have a Friday funny. You can have in one day, in a couple hours, you can schedule everything for the entire week.
I like that because that's like confirmation for me. Because I had a buddy ask me, like, why are you recording all of these episodes? What's the point? I'm like, so when we start, if there's anything that happens, we have content. Because once we start, we're going. It's going to be every Wednesday or, whatever it is. Right. So I like that because that's good confirmation for me.
And when you take a look when somebody does a blog, it's like, hey, we're doing a daily blog and we're doing this. And, okay, well, we're doing this weekly blog now. Well, it's a bi-weekly blog.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing okay, now it's quarterly.
Yeah.
And then you go back and it's been 3 months since they posted something. Are you still in business?
Right.
It's like whatever you're going to do before you start, it's like, do you have enough ammo? Do you have enough information? Do you have enough to do that?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So you sit down with a new business owner. Do you put together like almost like a playbook for him and say, okay, here's like month 1 and here's what the expectation is, or what's that conversation like if I'm brand new and I'm just getting started on Facebook and I really want to kind of get my business out there?
Depends on the arrangement we have. How much am I doing? How much am I just there consulting and pointing you in the right direction?
Yeah.
We worked with a church for quite a while, and how we did that is I took a look at what he was doing currently, and I said, if you would have posted 4 hours later, taken that post and done 4 hours later, you would have doubled the amount of people that would have seen it.
Right.
What do you mean? Well, let me show you insights and, kind of go
into
that.
Right. But
to answer your question in regards to that, it's more, I'm forgetting where we're going now, going in different directions. It's giving people a little bit, and in fact, I'll give you a little bit of trade secret.
Okay.
And yours is an easy one for Amaya's. Okay. Taco jokes, taco memes. Type that into Google.
Yeah.
And go through, pick out as many as you want, put them in a folder. I got 6 months worth of taco jokes.
Right.
Okay. Margarita jokes. I got a year and a half worth of margarita jokes.
Yeah.
And you get all that information from different things. And even going onto Facebook and finding a restaurant or a similar business that's, halfway across the country.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same type of business. Look at their page. If they're
Right.
not paying, what got a lot of organic activity?
Yeah.
Steal the post.
Yeah.
You just take it. So you're looking at, whether it's shakes, whether it's whatever your type of business, take a look at what's out there for other businesses similar to that. And I'm not talking about right in town.
Oh,
That's
of course.
But if I'm taking something that's from,
California
Indiana, if it's the same, if it's a landscaping company, I can't really do California versus,
Right.
But I can if it's a restaurant or if it, that.
Yeah.
So you look at that. You can also go, we did things for a limo company. It's like the world's longest limousine. You go to world records, things that you go, whoa, hey, look at this.
Right.
Once you get somebody to click on your post or they make a comment or they like it, you have their attention for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Huh.
Everything I post is going
Okay.
to pop into your feed for 2 weeks.
Okay.
At the end of that 2 weeks, if I haven't engaged you, if I haven't got you more, engaged again or got your activity, then I fall off and it's one of those companies you've liked once and never show up again.
Yeah.
Now that's even on your personal page too? Or is that really just for business?
Just the business.
Okay.
Just the business part of it. And it's like, how many people do you know that sell homes? That are real estate agents?
Yeah.
And chances are the majority of them, it drives me nuts. Hey, look, I sold a house again. Hey, look, I got a house listed. It's like, no, I know you as I get it. You sell houses. I understand. I'm not in the market right now, but hey, I sold another house. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, if I'm in the housing market, let me go to your business page and then we'll go from there.
Right,
and
right.
There's things that you can do along
So
that
do you recommend keeping your business page and your personal page, like you recommend keeping them completely separate or just sharing certain things, like
sharing certain things to where it's not an overkill?
Gotcha.
In other words, if you're a real estate agent and you go into a home and wow, this is cool. Oh man, I haven't seen this before. Yeah, by all means share it. If it's something that there's an interest there, it's not just look, another home. If there's something unique about it.
Right.
There's things like that you have to take a look at. What's sincerely an interest.
Gotcha.
And it's just having, and the biggest thing with Facebook is a variety of stuff.
Okay.
It's, fun stuff. And you take a look at pages that don't do it right. It's like, hey, all this week, all they've posted is the same information.
Right.
Crap. Because they came across something and they're sharing this page, then this page, and then it's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do a variety of stuff. Whether you do it as a schedule, like a Friday funny, or a, texting on Tuesday, this is what we're doing, or whatever. But it's just a variety of stuff. And there's so much out there that you can use to engage people and to do that. If you have a staff whose birthday's coming up, who has an anniversary coming up, hey, they've been here 5 years. Wow, that's awesome. Anytime you take a person, like if I look at your staff and I take any one of the staff and I put their picture up there, guaranteed they are going to have more contacts, more comments. Oh yeah, that was great. That
Yeah.
You're gonna get more engagement there.
We saw that with because I do that from time to time, as you know. I take pictures with the team members and congratulate them on certain things that they accomplished. And so we have a young lady named Tatum that works for us, and she's in a PhD program, and there's only so many people that are even picked for this program every year out at UT. And so when she found out, she came to work and she was excited. And so I'm like, bro, we got to take a photo. You know what I mean? And so I'm like arm around her, thumbs up, my pose, classic, hey. But, and just really showering her with praise and flowers and everything else, and just saying, man, I was just so proud of her. And man, I mean, it was off the charts. I mean, just people, I mean, there had to have been a couple hundred comments. People just like, that's awesome, congratulations, and just all down the list. And other people that have come in and had her as a server, oh, she's incredible, and congratulations, and so that, you're right, that kind of stuff is definitely necessary. And one of the other things that I learned from you too was the engagement with the community, being connected to the community. And a lot of people, I check in at different restaurants through my business page. I'll check in at different restaurants. I check in at different events, different things, and I'm constantly promoting other stuff, or even other businesses, and I don't think people understand how big that is, to like really engage with the community.
And one of the things, Facebook makes it a lot more difficult because they constantly change where things are located, what they're named. So sometimes you have to do a little bit of digging to find out. And, used to be able to switch right on a post and switch over to the business and make a comment as the business. Now you have to actually switch the full profile.
Yeah.
And then it actually changes. Like I said, we have about 30 clients, and, everyone is different.
Yeah.
They're not all the same.
Right.
It's like,
right.
Well, no, I have to switch on this one, but I don't on this one. And this one is still the old way. And it's like, Facebook does not make it easy, but you can go in general. You can go to the Lions, the Tigers, anything local, taking something local as your business and make comments as the business.
Okay. Right.
And that's not to say, hey, we have a sale down the street. It's to say congratulations on this.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's to say something in regards to the community, in regards to, oh, that's awesome. Don't mention anything about what you sell. You already have the name of the business that's out there making the comment.
Yeah.
Just do it as a congratulations, as a wonderful, as something on a positive note for the community, for whatever it is, the local high school, you do something like that, and then how many extra people see that about your business?
I like that a lot.
It's a good thing to do for the community. But it's also something good for your business.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to condone at all the ones that go on to somebody's page that's real active and goes, hey, we got a sale down the street. So it's like, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep that,
Yeah.
It's like just putting, in fact, I love the guys over, what's the escape room?
Oh, yeah.
Local escape room.
Yeah.
They're very positive on the page, and they always make a nice comment and things like that. So I give them some love too and go back as Amaya's and like things and do things like that. No problem.
Yeah.
They never cross the line, but it's still, we have something that has 3,000 or 4,000 people saw it on the post, and they're right there with it.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. That's great for their business. They're not crossing a line.
Yep.
And so it works out great.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny, as we grew, and you take a look, there were many times we would have posts that would go off the chart more than people that actually liked the page.
Right.
And you can go back through, and it's a real easy thing. And there's a lot of things I'm doing that's kind of trade secrets. But
we'll talk after.
But you take a look at a post, especially one that does well, and you click on the little like or the heart or whatever, and it gives you that whole list of everybody that made a comment or liked that post. Yeah. And you can invite each person individually if they haven't already liked your page.
That's awesome.
So when you have something that's really popular on your page, you can take a look at that post that was really popular for whatever it was. And if somebody liked it or clicked on a heart or laughed at it or whatever, and they haven't liked your page, you can invite them.
Yeah.
And it's real easy to do that, but it's time consuming.
Yeah. It's work. It's a little bit of work.
So there's a whole lot. If you do a page properly from beginning to end and all the little things that can be done, it's like, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's not a quick fix. It's a slow grow. It's but you keep growing.
Yeah.
Every time you just keep growing, you keep engaging people, and you keep going. And it goes up and down and up, but constantly, it's like we started with, 1 like on the page, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it just, but over the years, it just keeps going up.
I like that a lot, and I really wish I'd have brought like a notepad, because I'm gonna go back through now and like really take a lot of notes on this.
That's why people have podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Boom.
exactly.
Boss talk. And so for me, like, I recognize I'm part of a multi-level marketing company as well. And at the beginning, there was a lot of people, and this still happens, but, and I know everyone's probably got these messages. Hey, so you like my posts, like try out my 3-day challenge, or this big long pre-scripted message that nobody really likes to get. And so I was like, all right, I feel uncomfortable even doing this. So what I started to do was doing like the stories, like Instagram and Facebook stories, and just marketing kind of my life and like making it like my own personal like documentary of my own life. And it started to work a lot for me. But somewhere that I kind of like fell off of was making the post, like the consistent post, not just the stories. And what do you feel like, is there something that works better? Like, cause right now, like a big thing is like reels, like the, 10 to 30-second videos. And do you feel like you see more engagement off of reels or videos or post, or is there something that you see like better engagement from? Or
videos definitely, but it's what's your business?
Yeah.
I have a bank as a client, and it's like, okay, they wanted to do TikTok and they want to do this. Okay, after we have somebody jump off the roof into a vat of money or whatever, then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the end result? How many are you going to do? Who's going to do it? So you have to have that plan ahead of time before you decide, hey, I think we should do TikToks.
Yeah.
And then you're real active and then it dies off.
Yeah.
It's like, so kind of know the whole route ahead of time and who's going to do it and what you're going to do and that kind of
what? And that's a good point, because I spoke to, and like we just started TikTok at the restaurant, right? And we only have like 4 videos up, nothing major. But that's our goal for 23 is to get much more active on TikTok, right? And right away, the very first thing that everyone said, and Sasha handles a lot, all of our stuff now too, and she first thing she said was like, okay, so but who's gonna do them? Like, who's actually gonna do the TikTok videos? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, well, so is it gonna be you? Are you the one that's gonna do them all? And like, are we gonna do like 50 of them? And then, I can edit them and do whatever we got to do and add the music or whatever, or, but what's the plan? And I was like, shit. Fuck, I haven't really thought that far ahead, because in my mind, I think, gosh, you really set us up on a good platform, going forward with Facebook. And I understand that platform very well now. I'm still a little confused about the algorithm. We'll talk about that in a minute and some of the changes that have happened. Yeah. But we do see a lot of really good engagement when I do some of the videos that we do. And so it seems like TikTok should be the next thing. But if I'm a new business, to your point, how do you game plan or strategize for that? Or like, with what Jeff's asking, if videos are kind of blowing up, how do you strategize and put a plan in place to make that a big part of your marketing strategy?
Yeah, it's, again, the type of business dictates a lot of what you're doing.
Okay.
It's going to be easier because you have birthday parties coming in.
Yep.
You have things coming in. That's a lot easier for that type of business.
You know what? I never thought about videotaping our birthday parties when we sing to people. Thank you for that, Mike.
I like it.
I'm going to keep that one. Anyway, go ahead.
But it's everything like that. It's, okay, how often are we going to do them? Now, you're going to have, it's like, okay, once or twice a week we're going to do them. Okay,
right,
cool.
Right.
then make sure on Monday, okay, you on Monday are going to always do something. You on Thursday are always going to do something.
Yeah.
And we'll change where we're going with that. Hey, for Thursday night, let's do something for drinks or, whatever. And just to promote what's coming up or something like that. Yeah. To have some kind of plan ahead of time. Now, that doesn't mean you can't step in on a Wednesday and you have a birthday party and go, hey, let's, quick, we're saying happy birthday to so-and-so with the big sombrero. And it's like, cool. So you can do that, but to stick with something and have some kind of plan ahead of time.
Yeah.
Rather than, it's just like going back to those blogs. It's like having that gun-ho, we're going to do this. And you keep going. And it's like, okay, well, life happens. And, hey, did you do the blog this week? Oh, no, I thought you did it.
Right.
Oh, and it's like, okay, next week we'll catch up next. And then 3 months later, it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
It's like,
seriously.
So that's why having all this ahead of time.
Yeah.
And Sasha's right, you want to plan it. Who's going to do it? When you're going to do it? What's the game plan? Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's that organic for a small business that doesn't have a huge budget.
Yep.
It's that organic thing that you can create.
Yeah.
And you look at what you have available. It's using the community and not using it goes both ways.
No, yeah,
but
absolutely. I get what you're saying.
Employees, it's celebrating things that are going on.
Yeah.
It's being a part of that, and all that adds up.
Yeah.
It's a little bit here, it's a little bit there. Before you ever opened the doors at Amaya's, when we had all that was going on, it was keeping that mystery going and posting, hey, we just did this. Hey, we got an inspection.
I remember that.
Wish us luck.
Yeah.
And it's like, we had people that were going to go, I'll go down to the, City Hall
right,
for
yeah,
you.
I remember that.
Want you to open up.
Yeah.
And it's like, we had a successful page.
Well, I remember
before we ever opened.
Listen, I remember you coming in. My dad and I were laying the tile floor, and you're taking pictures, and I'm like, "What the fuck's this guy doing? Why the fuck is he taking pictures of me and my dad laying this stupid ass tile floor?"
Right.
And then there's a Facebook post that goes out like, tile floors going in, and I'm like, "What the hell's this guy?" Oh shit, there's like 100 people that are like commenting on this thing, like, "When are you guys opening?" Like, and then when you put the posters up in the window, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
You threw up the posters, and it was just, so it's those little things like that. Mm-hmm. One point I want to come back to, you said something earlier where you were like, it takes time. It's not like I think that's probably something that I hear the most is, and I literally, God, these are conversations I'm really having with real people, business owner here in town that actually said to me, my Facebook's different than your Facebook because, now we're on Facebook and it's not getting us anywhere. And I said, well, and they're a detail person, and they're probably going to listen to this, but they're a detail shop, and I've talked to them a couple times to come talk to me. They still haven't yet. Hopefully they do hear this. But I said to her, the thing is, though, you're expecting to put 2 posts out, and her posts are exactly the same every single week. I said, you're expecting to put 2 posts out, and you want people to just beat your door down.
Yeah.
For what?
Right. You
know what I mean? They don't know who you are. They don't know where your business is located. Yeah. They don't know what product or service you actually do. You're just putting out pictures with prices. Well, fuck, man. There's like 30, detail guys in town that are phenomenal. Yeah. That, are like, go to their pages and look at what they're doing. And they're showing you pictures of like, there's one guy in town, Rub-a-Dub. Oh,
Scrubbing Bubbles, is that his name? Or
no, dang, he was going to detail my Jeep not too long ago. Anyway, it'll come to me. He comes in the restaurant all the time. I hope he doesn't hear this because he is a really cool cat. But he did a video, and in the video, he's like a picture of him. You can see him holding his phone, and it looks like it's like a mirror. And then he backs away, and you realize, holy shit, this is a car that he detailed, and he did like that clay whatever wax
the clay
thing
bar,
to it.
yeah.
Bro, but it looked like a mirror. Like this guy's holding his phone there, and then he starts backing away. And I was
cool.
I was just like captivated by it. So I was like, wow, this is like super cool, right? Mm. But anyway, back to your point, it seems to me like the people that try to rush it and expect Facebook or Insta or whatever it is just to like, boom, I'm on, so I should be getting business. It seems like they're the ones that fall off the quickest. So what's your plan for like those people to like say, okay, guys, time out. Let's slow, because you had to slow me down. I tell this story a lot where I remember you going, hey, It's gonna happen. Relax. But how
Yeah.
do you put a plan in place to let people know, like, look, this is the long haul. This isn't going to be a quick thing.
And there's a lot of times where if we don't see eye to eye, we part friends. It's like where I'll come in and I go, look, this is different expectations, different. It's like it's not gonna. I want to stay friends with you. Let's agree to not.
Yeah.
I don't. This is what I would recommend for you. I'll set a recommendation up.
Yep.
And walk away from it.
Yeah.
Say this is the person that you need to look to do, or this is what you need to do.
Right.
And walk away. And we've done that many times to where it's like, the expectations aren't there. It's like, oh, you have 2,000 friends on your personal page. How come you don't invite them to like my page? Okay, that's not what I'm. It's like I'll invite the ones I think that are appropriate.
Right.
That's not what I'm doing.
Right.
That's not that kind of thing. And here, give you another one because you brought something up with the and this is where I love the creative juices that you can do with the car detail. It reminds me of one I did for a construction company. Had a picture of a shack falling apart, and I put before. And then I had a picture of the Taj Mahal, and I put after. This is why you should use our construction company.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you could do that kind of with the car detail, before and after pictures. But then you could go to the extreme, to where it's a little, tyke.
Right. Yeah.
Wheels falling off or something like that. A go-kart that some kid made, and then have a Ferrari laying there.
Right.
It's like this is what we do.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's putting out the creative juices and doing that. But yeah, you want to have, if the more people that are in there, how many chefs in the kitchen, how many people have their finger on the menu. It's like,
right. Yeah. It just doesn't work.
The less, the better.
Right.
It's like, you take care of that. And so, yeah, the Facebook page, you have to have for social media in general, it's why are we there?
Right.
What are we doing? And to where you're not shoving sales down my throat all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think everybody knows, they know, like Jeff, right? I mean, everybody knows what Monroe Nutrition is for the most part.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, but, I guess let me ask you this, though. How do you set a realistic expectation, not only for yourself, but for the growth of your business?
It's, again, depending on the business, is it realistic to say we're going to get to 5,000 likes for a restaurant? Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
No problem. Are we going to be there? We just opened the restaurant. Are we going to be there in a couple months? No.
Right.
It's like, but I would rather have, and I think we did this when you were down in the Toledo area.
Yeah.
It's like you had a better page that with 2,000 likes on the page at the time than somebody else that had 10,000 likes.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember looking at the analytics. Yeah.
Because we were comparing. It's like, look, they have all that, but this is what the results are.
Yeah.
You have this, but look at your activity. Look at what's going on. So it's more a question of, the people that have liked your page, keeping them engaged, keeping the,
so it comes
going.
Back to content.
Yeah. It really does.
Yeah.
And it's like looking at with nutrition, it's like, do you know there's one product that would make a difference in your metabolism for, you pick one product or one ingredient that's in so many things. What is that? Why is that in there? Well, because this is what it does.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And what products have? And these 5 things have that in there.
Yeah.
Or you can get your little aloe shot, or you can get why do I need an aloe shot?
Right.
Oh, okay. It's not every day you're throwing something in my face going, here.
Right.
But it's like throwing a little bit of information why I should have that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I love that.
I do like
All
that
right.
too.
I love that a lot.
Because you know what? I don't know why. Why do you take aloe? Side note.
It's for your digestive health, and it helps soothe your stomach and helps your body absorb like the nutrients that you're getting.
Huh. So having the aloe ahead of time helps you
Yeah.
Absorb all the.
do
So is that
what
what's
it's
in my
supposed to
T-bomb?
do.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why it makes me pee so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is like uncensored.
This is uncensored, just so you all know.
I thought maybe it was because I was old. I'm like, man, what's going on with my bladder over? I got to go see the doctor. No, it's because I drink so many T-bombs.
Yeah.
But it helps you absorb
the nutrients and stuff,
what
right?
you're supposed to be absorbing and why you're there to take that.
Interesting. I never knew that.
It does you better for doing that. You know, so it doesn't mean you have to take it, but if you don't, you're not getting as much benefit as you could.
Mike, I just want to say, you know, Jeff's a really good friend of mine, and I drink these T-bombs every day. I'm so glad I had you on this podcast so that I can be educated on what I'm actually.
It's because you don't read my posts. That's what.
Hey, real quick, I'm going to do a shout out to Amaya's, my daughter Jillian, one of the best bartenders, slanging drinks in the business. Before we came to the podcast, she made me this strawberry pomegranate margarita. I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so salute.
And what'd she tell you? You better bring my glass back.
She did say you better bring my glass back. She did. All right, let's. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we figured out now. Okay, we need consistency. Consistency is going to be key. Having a strategy and a plan is going to be key. Content is going to be
variety of content.
Variety of content is going to be key.
Go ahead.
Yo, jump in.
Okay, so you had mentioned something earlier about looking at basically if you would have posted this 4 hours later, 4 hours earlier, you would have got double the amount.
I was just going there. I'm glad you're there.
Now, is it different for each business, would you say, or each page, or is there, because I've heard that there's an algorithm that if you post at, I'm just throwing it out here because I can't remember what they said, it was like 9 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. Those are the best times to post, and that's. Now, is that true, or is there, or is it different for each business?
Different for each page.
Okay.
In general, the evening you're going to have more activity in the evening. Okay. In general, every day is different. Every week it will change to a certain extent. Once your page gets a little bit more seasoned, and if you look in Insights, you can see this in Insights.
Okay.
And you just hover over every day, and it will show you out of the however many people have liked your page, this is how many people are on at this time of the day.
Okay.
On average.
Oh, wow. So it's not even just going to show you just who's liking your page at what time, or who's looking at your page at what time, or whatever. It's everyone who's liking your page. This is kind of who's on.
Yeah, I have 1,000 likes on my page. On Sunday at 4 o'clock, 800 people are, out of the 1,000 that have liked my page. That's when they're on. On Monday, it's only 400 at this time of day or at this. So you can actually, every hour of the day, every day, and it changes every week.
Wow.
Now, Facebook hides that information a lot of times. Sometimes you can get to it, sometimes you can't, depends on, but it's taking a look at that. In general, it's in the evening. So when you look at, taking the restaurant is an easy example. 11 o'clock, 11:30, great time for a lunch post just before somebody gets, if they're taking a lunch break, where are we going to go for, hey, look at this, man. Oh, that looks good. That's an ideal time to post. Is it the most beneficial in general? No, but if common sense tells you somebody's going to lunch, you want them to be at your place, guess when we should post?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Just before they get off of work. Doesn't a margarita sound good right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
It
actually does.
So about 4:30, 4 o'clock, something, you want to get that in there.
Yeah.
If you have general, hey, we have a show coming up next week, most people are on 8 o'clock at night. So that's, the majority, that's when you're highest normally.
I like that.
So it changes every day. It changes, all the time. So you have to take a look at the business, what makes sense, and kind of incorporate all that into what you plan out for the. Yeah, it's, I said, exhausting.
I truly believe that when people watch this, if they take just what you're telling us here on the podcast, their business could grow up 50% more.
Exponentially. Well, I don't know about business growth, but I will say this. I think the type of posts that they start to kind of put together, the content they start to create is going to be exponentially better because you start thinking about, okay, being intentional about what you're posting. Right. Because sometimes you see people, and I'm one of them, and I keep going back to in the beginning. And the reason why I keep saying that is because in the beginning, I would post stuff and I'd get a text message from Mike. Hey man, did you really mean to post that?
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Well, we already posted something and maybe you should go look at the page. And then I'd look and I'm like, shit, we're butting heads, or, my post was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
He used to come in with a professional camera and take professional photos of our food. Mine was like, boop, boop, post, and the blurry. And I mean, I've learned a lot. Through with Mike and Mary. But no, I agree. I think if people listen to even just looking at the analytics, and that was the one thing that I really learned from you was looking at the insights and figuring out what my demographic is. Yeah. Again, what posts are the most engaging, and so how can I create more content like that, not exactly that, but like that people are going to share, and really engage with.
Time out. Pause. You've known this the whole time, and you didn't tell me one time about insights or any of that?
Listen,
okay. No, we'll talk. It's cool. We'll talk. We'll talk.
We're even. We're even for me drinking all this damn aloe that I didn't even know was good for me. I mean, I go down there, I'm like, Jeff, why am I drinking this shake? Just drink it. It's good for you. Here. All right. Because Jeff said, whatever.
That's funny.
But anyway, so no, let's get back on track because we are going to have to wrap up here soon. Okay, so Mike, if I'm a new business, and let's go this way. Are you and Mary still taking clients? Are you guys kind of like cliented, like capped?
Depends on the business.
Depends on the business. Okay. So I'm going to say this for those of you that are out there maybe looking to, revamp your maybe your Facebook profiles. Maybe you're just looking for a consultant. Maybe you're looking for someone just to kind of maybe help you with some content creation, things like that. Mike and Mary Toledo's Best Marketing. Where can people find you?
Give me a call. On Facebook, of course. But just on Facebook, Toledo's Best Marketing, or giving me a call, 419-297-4169.
Yeah. And then so let's wrap up with this. So when you first got into Facebook, let's go back to the beginning. When you guys first started putting things together, how has it changed, or what major changes have you seen from 10 years ago to now?
That it's constantly changing, and it's harder and harder. It seems like Facebook does things sometimes purposely to make it harder for a business to do it themselves.
Okay.
It's so going towards the one click and you're on 8 different formats.
Yeah.
And that is the reason they do it that way, is because that way it can be controlled a lot easier. Not for you, but for Facebook.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's, once you use a format that one click and it posts to multiple things, that's almost like a dinner bell for Facebook that, you're using, this form. That means you have money.
Right.
Business. Okay.
Now we're going to try. Yeah. Now we're going to try and get some of that money out of your pocket.
We'll give you $10 for free.
Right.
Let's go ahead. Boost this or use.
So
and
do you
start
ever
throwing things out?
Do you ever boost post at all, or no? Never. So you're basically you're on the other end of the You're very. I like that.
I had one. We had one client that was a pharmaceutical company that was in 10 states.
Okay.
And walking in the door, it's like we're gonna have to. I can do things, and we took a look at what the content was going to be, and what we were going to do for them. And we took a budget and said, okay, we're going to pay Facebook to do, to grow this and to do it.
Okay.
But that type of business, and they wanted to keep it not on the cutting edge, because pharmaceuticals, you could go.
Yeah.
You could go crazy with
so they needed to be a little bit more conservative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
So it was, if we're doing that, then we need to pay Facebook for it. But other than that, out of all the clients that we've had, no.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, because I know all of our stuff is 100% organic.
Right.
I mean, and I've had people ask us, like, man, like, you know, we just had a post the other day. We posted our chori queso dish, and I mean, the comments are still coming in. You know, people are still seeing it and, you know, commenting on it. And somebody was there for dinner last night and commented on it, and that was a post we did 3 days ago. You know, so, you know, very, very organic.
And when you have things that you really dug up, taco jokes or something like that, where it's a joke, where and you post it out there, and it's like I took a look and I posted it at the right time, and it bombs. And you go, oh man, I really thought that would do well. Hold it for a couple months.
Yeah.
Put it back out there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's surprising how many posts you'll do that you've posted 2 or 3 times over the year, and then you post it one time and it goes nuts.
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Right. I knew that would do that.
So it really, you know, there's no, oh, you definitely this, you definitely that.
Yeah.
Not, you know, it's not a definite.
So there really is, what you're saying, if I'm hearing you right, there really isn't a cookie cutter template that you can go with. It's okay.
Somebody wanted to, hey, we can set this up and do it this way, and, you know, more incorporated. And it's like, every business is different.
Yep.
You know, if you have a jewelry store versus a restaurant versus a car detail shop to landscaping, everyone is different. You have different demographics you want. You have different excitement levels.
Yeah.
What's going to make sense? And, you know, even the seasonal businesses, things like that. There's things you can do. And it's just, sometimes it's stepping back and looking at it.
Yeah.
You know, just, okay, what makes sense for that particular business. And
on average, do you usually have people post every day, or make sure that there's multiple a day, or how does that usually go?
Again, varies on the business. If you're a restaurant and you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're doing 3 a day.
Okay.
I mean, pretty much 2 or 3 a day. If things start to get, you know, you're not getting as active, then bring it down a little bit, maybe 1 a day.
Okay.
You know, to where you're not overkilling something.
Right.
Other businesses, you know, a once a day usually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 5 times a week.
Okay. I like that.
Like that. But again, depending on like when for the shakes,
Mm-hmm.
the majority is, you know, by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you've kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time do you close?
We close at 5.
Okay. So it's taking a look when the majority of your business comes in.
Okay.
You know, am I starting my day like that, or am I substituting a lunch for it? So when should your post go out?
Right.
You know, so you kind of think along that line as to, you know, where you're putting posts out for what's going on.
Yeah. I like that. I know for us, like, something that's worked is like when we have like our morning rush, putting the post out the night before so that they're seeing it and they're like, all right, that's where I'm going in the morning.
Yes, because I know a lot of times I'll see your stuff first thing in the morning. Literally, I get up, you know, and you know me, I'm an early riser. I'll be up by 6:30, and I'll, you know, pop open Facebook for a second, and it's like, dude, he's got a new T-Bomb special this week.
Yeah.
I guess I know what I'm getting.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Did you know you could order ahead of time? Did you know,
Right.
click here and, you know, something like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's got my mind working. I'm excited.
I know, right? I know.
I'm excited.
See, I tell you, man. And so, guys, for those of you that are new to our show, this is one of the reasons why we bring people like this on the show. You know, not just because we want to sit here and talk and chat and really waste a lot of breath, but, you know, because, you know, we really want to provide good, solid content. We want you guys to get some of the best business-minded content that you can get. Because I think oftentimes, especially as business owners, Jeff and I have had these conversations in depth quite often. You know, as business owners, oftentimes we don't have other people that we can just sit and talk and, you know, get ideas from in a very safe environment. Sometimes it feels that way. You know, you're like, oh man, I don't want to give it all away. Somebody might steal it from me. You know what I mean? And so having conversations like this, especially with a guy that's as seasoned as Mike, about something that we all are trying to utilize in the best way possible to grow our businesses, man, again, I'm thinking I've already got half a dozen things. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, me too.
especially like the birthday thing. In all the years, I've never thought about filming our guys coming out of the back with the sombrero, the shot of tequila to the table, put it on, sing happy birthday. I mean, that's a great TikTok video. Yeah, I mean, would be a great little video to throw out there, so.
I mean, even going back over and looking at just the birthday photos we post.
Yes.
When people would come in and have a birthday, they always go off the chart.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, and that's just one little thing that you can do.
Right.
So there's so many different.
So many aspects of the business that you can really showcase.
Absolutely.
So, all right, Jeff, you got anything else?
Yeah, we ask everybody this question, and
here we go.
Kind of feel like I know where this is going.
Why? Because of his age?
No, just how smart he is. It seems like he's educated.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He looks at numbers.
Yeah, I love this. Yeah,
he looks at numbers, right? He sees things through.
Nothing to do with the age, yeah.
So, what's the question, Jeff? What's the question?
Who is the greatest of all time? Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Well, I would tell you right now, I would think Michael Jordan would have a very difficult time beating LeBron, but I would still give him the edge because he's 60 years old.
Oh my! All right. I knew it. For a half of a second, I was like, "Let's go." As soon as he said difficult time, but then I felt it coming.
Because he's 60. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
Felt it coming.
Hey, hold on. Put the phone on me one more time, real quick, guys. Those of you that are Lions fans, I'm a big Detroit guy. I support all my Detroit teams. Hey, tomorrow, big game. If we win, and even if we don't win, or I mean, even if we don't make it, if we win and don't make it, to end the season 9-8 after starting 1-6,
that's amazing.
To finish the season 9-8 would be an accomplishment. Number one, number two. But if we do win and we don't make it to the playoffs, we still keep Aaron Rodgers, Darth Vader, out of the playoffs. So we just need Jared Goff to go in there like Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just make the shit happen.
Go play ball.
That's it. Just go ball out. That's it. So anyway, guys, once again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Man, we look forward to talking to you, seeing you. Another kind of great conversation, Mike.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate
Yeah, it was great.
Thank
a lot of good information. All right, we're out.
Peace.
Place. Boss Talks, keep it uncensored, it's all hard. You could be for more walks, come tune in to Boss Talks. Got that all sport, optimal prime, ready to dominate.